Good evening, everybody. My name is Henry Humphreys, and first off, I'd like to thank everyone who made this possible today. Thank you, classmates, thank you, faculty, and thank you, parents. Every great dream begins with a dreamer, Harriet Tubman. Getting to go to Harding Township School is like a dream, so let me take you back to where it started, about 8 years in the past. It was my first day of kindergarten. I would like to say I was nervous. I had no clue where to sit or who to be friends with. But frankly, I was just a little kid ready for kindergarten. However, I do know that walking in, it looked like a wonderland to my little head. I remember meeting two of my close friends. Although at the time they were just my first friends, they would become some of my best. I remember getting to do stations and being so happy when it was my turn to go on the computers. I remember a little spider on the slide that we decided to make our pet. We named him, played with him, and although it may seem silly, it's something that I still remember to this day. I remember watching Wildcats at nap time, trying to stay awake to see the rest of the episode, and I remember when someone slept all the way through nap time and the show's telling us not to wake him. There was so much at such a young age, and it just gave us a small glimpse of what Harding was. Fast forward, it's first grade now, and it was just as important a year as any. I met another one of my close friends. We expanded our learning, harder reading, harder math. However, it was then that I developed a love of writing. Although I was a little kid whose handwriting to this day still looks like another language, I loved it. However, the thing I remember most about this year is meeting one of my favorite teachers ever. Whether it was finally filling up the Mount College or getting to sit on our couch when it was your birthday, Miss A was always able to make us happy. And her class was always amazing. It was a privilege to have her, and I'm proud to say I'm one of her students. She is the perfect representation of what Harding is, a caring, fun, and happy place. And over the years, I remember going back and reading to them the Memorial Day poem I wrote back then to inspire those kids like she sparked a flame in me. So far, I didn't ever want to wake up from this dream. After first grade, the year slowly started to mix. However, I do remember some scary things. First off, something that rattled my mind for years now is the Jersey Mike's incident, the last time I'll ever mess up a sandwich shop's name. Or another spooky event was trying to learn cursive. Our teachers abandoned that idea after 3 days. However, there were other great times. For example, Friday fun time was always something to look forward to, unless you got in trouble and had to stay inside. Or in third grade, doing a goat noodle at the end of the day sometimes was amazing as well. And all I can say about the rest of my elementary school is that it was fun. I loved school, and I thought that I was so lucky to be going to Harding. However, this would all change when this lovely dream turned into a nightmare. A real, terrifying nightmare. 5th grade was supposed to be a normal year. We were transitioning into middle school. We finally had lockers, but one day we heard news of some random virus. No one really cared about it. However, it was nice because we got 2 weeks off of school, thinking to yourself how great the break would be. However, little did we know that we'd be going virtual for the rest of the year and having a completely different start to middle school. Imagine staying in the same classroom all day long, while other schools went on awkward schedules or were completely virtual. And it wasn't just having to wear a mask and dealing with a boring school day. There was real fear. COVID was deadly, and the worst part was hearing about people passing away or dealing with the loss yourself. We had to get vaccines, events were canceled, sports were canceled. I wanted to wake up. I wanted to be done, but I'm glad I didn't. Now fast forward to 7th grade. Another challenging year. A little more drama and a little bit more trouble all around. Definitely one I wanted to forget. However, we were slowly returning to civilization. COVID wasn't as bad, and we didn't have to wear masks all day long. Finally, people always say you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And as much as you try and appreciate something, this couldn't be more true. See, over the 8th grade year, there may have been ups and downs, but this year we went through it together. We were playing rotten egg and getting yelled at to slow down together. We're arguing over who's the best basketball player of all time. LeBron. This year was amazing, and we made some of our best memories. One such as playing basketball with our great coach, Miss Guerrero. Although it might not have been the best season, and there were again challenges, we did our best. We tried, and we may have failed a lot, but these were all just steps to success, such as actually winning a playoff game. In addition, things just kept getting better, and we made some great memories by deciding to do the Newsies play. It didn't matter if we were relaxing in the band room or acting our hearts out on stage. We tried, and in the end, it was great. 8th grade continued to be amazing, whether it was playing ball with Brian, acting our Shakespeare's play, singing 100 bottles of milk on the wall to our band concert, and riding King to Cop. It was unforgettable. And I'd like to say thank you one more time to everyone who made this possible. Thank you, Mrs. Cochran, for pushing me to be a great math student. Thank you, Mrs. Warner, for making me a great writer. Thank you, Mr. Hoffman, for teaching me about respect in our world's history. Thank you, Mrs. Englishman, for being a great math and science teacher. Thank you, Madam Coy, for being the best French teacher I could ask for. Thank you, administration. Thank you, Mom and Dad. And thank you, classmates. This dream, perfect story of parting, is something I'm more than sad to be leaving. Finally, let me ask you a question. Class of 2023, what are your dreams? What do you aspire to do? Because I want you to remember one thing before we go. Every great dream starts with a dreamer.